At RealEyes, we're all about emotions. So what we've developed is a capability to understand what people feel via any webcam that you have pretty much in any device now. And the challenge so far, and the emotions are fundamental, right? They drive a lot of what we do, what we decide to do, what our behaviors are, and marketing decisions are no different. So there's always been interest in them. And if you go back a few years, I think the challenge was how can you technically measure the emotions accurately, and that's something that we've cracked properly now. The focus has now moved on. It's like, okay, I know people are happy, they're confused, they're paying attention or not. How do those actually correlate to different outcomes that I want to get out of my marketing? It's like, are they going to share the content? Are they going to actually go and buy that soap or piece of candy at the shop? So this has been the main thing that we've been focusing on for the last, I'd say, 18 months. And that's kind of what we're doing here at ICOM as well now, where we have the honor of going on stage with Mars about some really groundbreaking work on how different emotional signals correlate to actual sales impact. And I think that really kind of completes the circle of emotion measurement becoming a very easy tool to use within the content and media decision making. I think initially it was kind of like operational. It's like you need to make it super easy. So we've now developed a way to measure hundreds of people within a day, in 60 countries. So everybody has less of time. So we know from our customer satisfaction at RealEyes as well that the quicker you deliver the insights, the more you can use that. So we've invested a lot into that capability. And again, now the focus has moved on to the decision making. It's like, okay, people respond to this kind of content that way. How does it translate to business outcomes? So I know which audiences, which content should I actually place my bets on. I mean, initially, this emotion technology kind of came into being by being like the next generation survey. So we started in the sort of the pre-testing of content phase. And it's now evolving more from the sort of the content to the media world on how do you actually use the emotional insights within the media execution. And for example, we launched a very important partnership with Mihkel earlier this year, where this media decisioning is still sort of high profile and there's a lot of human involvement within it, but it already takes account into content and sort of audience matches. But I think the next frontier is obviously automating all of that. So one of our other great partners is Xaxis. So I believe it's the world first DMP integration where we actually feed in our emotional signals from what we do into the Xaxis decision-making engine, so it can really run automatically real time and in much more granular level than just videos, countries, and age and gender, but any behavior category that different brands work with. And I think that's where a lot of magic will happen because fundamentally it's surprising how the same piece of content can be working very well with one audience segment and not get any reaction from the other. So today a lot of media money is not spent as efficiently because that's not part of the decisioning formula. So together with this Xaxis solution on making that decisioning programmatic across tens of markets, tens of videos, hundreds of audience profiles, that's the next frontier. There's a lot of studies. Mars has done another study showing that actually 65% of marketing ROI is driven by video creative alone. And there's a lot you can do with media targeting, all of this, but whether the ad is any good is the most important thing to get right. And that is getting to be increasingly difficult because there's just so much content out there. So the supply of content is like orders of magnitude bigger than the amount of attention that people have to put against them. So in order to succeed in this kind of environment, you really need to do something bold. I mean, you can't do just glossy, high production cost, polite videos. People are not going to notice them. So you need to kind of go to the next level. And whenever you do that, you're going to, some people are going to love you and the others going to hate you. So you need some sort of decision making around it. So for example, sexually explicit content is one of the very, sensitive areas, right? But if you using that theme, you don't need to cross the line too far, and you can find the audiences that actually perceive it positively rather than get turned off if you know exactly what the audience segments are. So using that insight can help you win the battle. So for example, we have this one was this piece at FD recently as well, where we did a campaign with TomTom. So it was a pretty sexual explicit content, and we saw that in some countries, like in Western European women were quite okay with that story, but in American women they were absolutely turned off. So if you have that insight, you would just do the right thing and avoid the other.